Shalom. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kakwadash. Dear honors to my teachers, the elder apostles of the great millstone, who well, peace and salutations to the hopefully elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, coming back with another lesson. And this was the timing of this. All right, it shows you that it's a lot of enchantment. It's a lot of left hand energy, a lot of demonic vibration going forth. And you tribes, predominantly you so-called Negroes, you're the prime target, of that energy. And this so happened to be so-called Black History Month, and BET, all right, better known for Black exploitation television, is deciding to air BET Uncut, and it's supposed to be temporarily for the whole week. I guess dealing with Valentine's Day weekend, which this is just more left hand energy, more enchantment that's going forth. All right. And you better believe that, these devils that control this, they're doing this so that they can, raise the level of debauchery. And they're more than likely going to have LGBT, feminist, themes to it. All right. Basically, they're going to promote more sexual liberation, more perverseness, more debauchery. Because really, that's what Black culture, deals with, man. Part of Black culture is Black degeneracy. That's what Black Lives Matter is all about. All right, and you look into the hip hop culture, and this is what these devils capitalize from. They capitalize off of your dysfunctionality and you doing things and promoting different acts that causes that smoke that burneth in the Most High's nose, man. That gets the Heavenly Father angry. All right. So I just thought the timing of this was, pretty interesting. BET Uncut all of a sudden comes back. And we know what that does. All right. And the scriptures tell us, now is high time to awake out of sleep. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let me go to Romans 13. And any of our people that still watch this network, which is very demonic, and it has a major um hand in the heavy demonic influence of Jake, because we all came up, watching this this network. All right. And we watched, a lot of low points and so-called Black history on this network. You see, all they air is just a bunch of Jake in their folly, the same movies over and over, a lot of Tyler Perry movies, you know uh, uh, uh pushing the typical stereotypical narrative, of the sexual um immorality. All right, them Tyler Perry movies that showcases that, man. Homosexuality, lesbianism, feminist. All right, so this is Romans 13 and verse 11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed." And we're in that time where this devil is coming full throttle. All right, as it is written in Ephesians, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. All right, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against the spiritual wickedness in high places, etc. Man. So the closer we get to the day of salvation, the heavier this demonic vibration is gonna pour out into the planet Earth. So we're in a time of gross darkness. All right. So we gotta, be mindful of all these different ways that Satan tries to, sift you, to try to pull you away. And one of the main ways is through the flesh. All right. It says the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. Now, when you look up that word night, in which, ironically, BET, they air, when BET Uncut used to come on, it would come on around this time, around 11:30, going into midnight, and all they showing is what the Jake and they folly, and they're showcasing their hypersexuality. Niggas rapping about adultery and indulging in you know sensuality, with their own women. A bunch of women, naked, twerking their ass, being a bunch of sluts and whores and being promiscuous on film to a damn rap song, or just encouraging you to indulge in that same behavior. And at one point in time, we all been guilty of, watching these things and dancing to it and rapping the lyrics to it. But that was when we was in darkness, man, before the Lord, you know, shined the glorious gospel onto us. We had to get converted and healed. We had to be transformed in the renewing of our mind. So our mind is different. This shit is fucking is poison, man. But this is what Esau pushes out and capitalizes and exploits. You see? So continuing on in the definition, all right, the word is not nukes. I think that's how you pronounce it, nukes. And it says down here, night. It says metaphorically the time when work ceases, and that's pursuant to John 9:4. It says a time of death, or the time of death, the time for deeds of sin and shame. And BET Uncut, that's the time where they put out Jake in their sin and being shameless in their sin, you know, and they're able to do it uncensored because it's in the night. That's why they air it at night, late at night, man. The children is put to bed. Well, now in these days, the children will be up too, and they have access to the same networks, man. That's why the children are being targeted, man. Casting demons on them, teaching them how to be sexually perverse at a super young age. That's why this kingdom society has to go down, man. All right. So these are the things that the night represent. It says the time of moral stupidity and darkness. Okay. So the scriptures say, the night is far spent. All right. Basically, that time in your folly is almost up, man. The Lord's getting ready to address all this folly and all this wickedness, man. All right. The Lord is like it tells us in second Ezra's 15th chapter, man. He will no more hold his tongue as touching your wickedness, which they wickedly exercise themselves. All right. It says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, which is surfeiting, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. And chambering, that's pretty much dealing with adultery. Look up that word. Koite. And it says a place for lying down, resting, sleeping in, a bed, couch, a marriage bed of adultery. All right, cohabitation, whether lawful or unlawful. All right. And let me read it in another translation. So that shows you that this society is all about, rebelling against the Most High, man. Just completely going left. At one point in time, we didn't see nothing wrong with it, but now, in your right mind, you see that this is of Satan, man. This is one of, many of Satan's mediums to keep our people, transgressing, man, erring against their heavenly power, the Most High. Let me read it in the NIV version. And it says, it says, the night is nearly over, the day is almost here. So let us put aside the deeds of darkness and put on the armor of light, in which this light represents this truth, this knowledge. All right. And you won't go wrong, as long as you got these commandments, in your inward parts, in your mind. Now, sure, we're not going to be perfect until the second covenant where the Lord's going to, put all the law into our inward parts and program us to do them. But, you still want to, meditate and have these, you know, these scriptures, in your mental, and that'll keep you from, this devil, you know, trying to, sabotage your soul, man. Like it tells you in, First Peter the 5th chapter, you know, uh, the devil as a roaring lion, your adversary as a roaring lion, walking about seeking who he may devour, man. All right. So it says to put on the armor of light. It says, let us behave decently as in the daytime and not in carousing and drunkenness, not in sexual immorality and debauchery, not in dissension and jealousy. And, that's what this is all about, debauchery. All right. And these are the things of the world. That's why we don't watch, shit like this, man. If you got cable, you shouldn't even watch BET at all. All right. This is a network of the devil. All right. That's a network for the 2/3 to be entertained from. And it keeps them, mind programmed and influenced under the spiritual demon Satan. All right. So let me go from there to 1 John 2 and 15. Because, this network is all about promoting, the love of this world. All right. On this network, they'll tell you to vote, to trust on this beast system, the government. All right. They got Tyler Perry cross-dressing ass on there having specials on peer pressuring you into getting that jab. You know, it promotes all type of worldly aspects. You got BT gospel on Sundays. Promoting that secular plantation Christianity bullcrap. It's just this is a satanic. And I'm glad even before I even came into the truth, I really wasn't watching BT like that. I didn't care for watching BT. All right, but this is a very demonic network. Okay, and it's designed specifically for you jakes, man. All right. So anyway, this is 1 John 2 and 15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And all the people that love the world, they definitely tune in to BET. All right. They watch the little BET summits and watch all these sellout leaders, give them motivational talks and speeches. And all these people then sold their soul to Satan. And Jake, watch these people on the screen and they envy it. They want to, live the same lifestyle. Well, it says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh. BT Uncut is all about the lust of the flesh and not lust of the eyes. And the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And what are, the things of the flesh? Or what are the works of the flesh? Let's go to Galatians 5 and 19. And it says, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery. All right. A lot of this, modern day rap music, this drill music, the thought prostitute music. It's all about adultery, man. Sleeping around, promoting your sexual skills. All right. And they know what they was doing by putting this up. Look at this, man. Come on, man. And these are all our women. This is all pure degeneracy, man. This is lasciviousness, shamelessness. Okay. And all these women are gonna burn. All right, the Lord's gonna smoke every last one of them. Okay, they're all demonically possessed. You can see it, and this is what they're putting right in your face. And we're gonna bring this back. This is to keep Jake in sin. Meanwhile, these devils will be, while they give the okay for this, they'll be accusing to the Father day and night against us, like it tells you in Revelation 12, the accuser of our brethren. All right. But this is what it's promoting, man, the lust of the flesh. And these are the works of the flesh. They're manifest. It says, which are these: adultery, fornication. All right, you look up the word fornication, the word there should be is pornos. Okay, porneia. And it says illicit sexual intercourse, adultery, fornication, which that's basically what it means. Fornication in a physical, moral sense is adultery. But also, homosexuality, that's unlawful, man. All right, lesbianism, which is basically the feminine form or female form of homosexuality, which is outlawed in the scriptures. You do such a thing, you're worthy of death. But they proudly promote this. See, and that's why I said what I said. They're gonna more than likely promote things on this, BET Uncut. That's gonna involve, the LGBT feminist themes. So they're gonna raise those debauchery levels. All right, that's part of the enchantment, man. Okay, this is part of that Babylonian wine. All right, of the wine of Babylon's fornication. And these women right here, they pretty much represent the essence of Babylon, the great whore, the mother of harlots, abominations of the earth. Okay, there's when you think about when you look at this, you think of Babylon the Great. That's what's allowed here. All right. So let me back out. So it said fornication. It says uncleanness, lasciviousness. Now look up lasciviousness.
Strong's G 766. As El Gaya.
And it says unbridled lust, excess, lasciviousness, wantonness, outrageousness, shamelessness. This is shameless, man. All right. These women are definitely possessed. And that's the vibration they want to, push out to the world, to the masses, man. And you wonder why this place is gonna go up in smoke. Okay. So that's what this deals with. It says down here, um, it says licentiousness, sometimes including other vices, filthy, lasciviousness, wantonness. Okay. And I think there's another word. me see. Let me go to G4205. And here's the word pornas. All right, so the other word was porneia, and this is pornas. And down here it says, in the Strong's definition, it says, by analogy, a debauchee, libertine. All right, what is a debauchee? A person given to excessive indulgence in sensual pleasures. And that's pretty much, what liberalism promotes. That's why a lot of these women, they are democratic, or they support the Democratic Party because the Democrats represent the liberal structure, dealing with liberalism, being free to do what the hell you want. Which that was one of the things that was pleasant in the sight of Eve in the garden, to be able to live free without her husband ruling over her, man. So this type of thing is what pleases the woman. All right, and that's why you have them at the forefront promoting and pushing it. All right, and that's why it says, and through her we all die. This is some shameless shit right here, man. And these are supposed to be women of our nation. And these were more than likely temple prostitutes, temple harlots in their past lives, man. All right, the whores of the daughters of Zion, man. But that's what this network, and other networks. This ain't the only one, but this is the main one targeting Jake, man. And these young girls, this is what they look at. So you already know they have no direction. Really, this is what's guiding them right here, man. This is what they look to, and you wonder why they coming up, you know, totally bugged out of their mind. All right, it just leads to the ruin of our people, man. That's why it says in Jeremiah, you have become a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto the Lord. Jeremiah 5:23, they're revolted and gone. So the only thing left for Jake is for them to be judged. All right, the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. So let me go back. And it's continuing on. It says idolatry. Well, that's another thing that gets pushed on that network. A lot of idolatry, a lot of idol worship from these different entertainers and celebrities. It says witchcraft. That's dealing with a big pharma right there, right? Hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies. Basically violence, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings. A lot of clubbing and partying. Which this is another platform that promotes heavy reveling. BET, when they promote them after parties and club events, they got to promote it right here on BET. It says, of the which I tell you before, as I have told you in a time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. So pretty much that whole crowd, the BET crowd, all right, which is predominantly Jake, Judah, the Southern Kingdom, they ain't gonna make it, man. All right, BET Uncut, that shit is a Satan, man. All right, let me go from there to 1 John 5 and 19. And it says, and we know that we are of the Most High, and the whole world lieth in wickedness. Okay? That's why it says to love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Because the whole world lieth in wickedness. It's under the control of the devil. All right? So going back to 1 John 2 and 17, it says, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. And how is this world going to pass away? With fervent heat. Let's go to second Peter 3. It is 2 Peter 3 and 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. All right. And all your debauchery, all your liberalism, your shamelessness, your adultery, your idolatry, that shit is all going to get wiped out in them flames, man. Okay? There will be no more BET network, black exploitation television. There will be no more VH1. It will be no more MTV, which is mediums for all levels of sorcery. They help to keep these people in a demonic frame of mind. All right. Well, it's all going to get burnt up when the Lord pops back up. All right. And that's what we're hasting for, man. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? And that conversation is talking about your conduct or your behavior. Because the fashion of this world, that's what this is all about. It's all about the lust of the flesh. I just read what the works of the flesh are, man. The lust of the eyes, the pride of life, a lot of covetousness, a lot of wicked pride. It's not of the Father, but it's of the world. That's why this place is going to pass away. It says, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Father abideth forever. All right. So going back, this is how this world is going to pass away. It says, looking for and hasting until the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Okay? We won't have any, networks or different means and methods of, sorcery going forth, witchcraft, negative demonic influences, deception. That shit is all going to pass away. All right? It's going to be a new standard in the earth. And it's going to be governed by the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. All right? All that shit is going to pass away. All right? Women doing this kind of shit right here. That shit is going to pass away. All right? No more crybaby challenges. A silhouette challenge. Okay? The what was the other one before that? They was I mean, every day there's a new, sexual challenge, and it's just showcasing more and more the whoredom of Western women and how debauched Western culture truly is, and that's why it's all gonna pass away in a missile fire. All right, and if you condone any of this, you for it, you have a pleasure in this. This is what the scriptures say. Let's go to the Apocrypha. And let's go to the 9th verse. Because even it tells you that in Romans the 1st chapter, even they who have pleasure in those that do it, they're worthy of death too. Okay? You get a kick out of, seeing a bunch of women indulging in lesbian acts, on the internet or on TV. But this is what the scriptures say. Sirach 9 and verse 12, it says, delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in, but remember they all shall not go unpunished into their grave. All right. So don't delight in the shit that the ungodly have pleasure in. Okay. Yeah, it's intended to arouse you, especially if you're a man and you see some shit like this. But this shouldn't arouse you, man. This should actually anger you, man. It should infuriate you to see our women in this state. But see, they're just victims of this beast, that old serpent, that dragon, which is the devil and Satan, man. All right, and let's go from there. And I'm gonna give one more precept, and I'm gonna close out. Let's go to James 4:4, and it says, "You adulterers and adulteresses, know you not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of the Most High, and you will not inherit the kingdom of the Most High." Okay, the effeminate, I know I said this was my last precept, but this just popped up in my head. 1 Corinthians 6:9 says, "Know you not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind," that's a homosexuality, a homosexual, "nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High." All right. So the fact that this devil wants to put this back on the network, he needs you Jakes to continue to fall more and more into sin, so that the Most High can be even more in rage against you, in which the Lord's gonna, because he is angry with you, and that's why he's gonna allow this devil to have his way with 2/3 of you. All right. Because Esau, he's the sword of the Most High, and the Lord said he's gonna send a sword, all right, after his people. Okay, the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. So anyway, I thought I'd do a lesson responding to this, because I saw this on a post, and I was like, well, I'll be goddamn, man. You know, BET Uncut coming back. Okay. Well, the Most High is gonna damn, all right, this whole kingdom. Okay. So anyway, with that, let me give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai. And until the next lesson, I'll say Shalom.